not need to leave the house without the coat this morning.
No, you're gonna think you can walk out and then probably run back in and grab the coat. It is cold, freezing even, quite literally, right around the region. 32 is the freezing mark, and we're just at that at BWI Marshall, 32 to be exact. Below freezing in Woodstock at 26, 27 in Frederick at 36, so a couple of degrees above freezing there in Westminster, 28 in Parkton. All around the region, we're under a freeze warning, and that will remain in effect for the next few hours. It will expire at 10 a.m., but really the Eastern Shore, Southern Maryland, Central Maryland, all except for Western Maryland could have their growing season impacted by these freezing temperatures. So any young plants, hopefully you brought them in. And now I guess it's a little too late for those plants. Hopefully they survived if you didn't. But if you are starting to head outdoors, make sure you bring the coat so you can be comfortable. We got sunny skies throughout the day, so that is going to be lovely. Let's take a check on the roads with Sean Stryker. Hey, Sean. These warnings in effect across much of the state. The only part of the state that doesn't have the freeze warning is out in Garrett and Allegheny County. The cold temperatures aren't really going to affect the any vegetation over there. Many folks for Central Maryland, Southern Maryland, and even the Eastern Shore have started their growing season. So hopefully, folks, we're able to bring in the plants. Hopefully, we're able to cover them up. If you're not a green thumb, you're just worried about the cold temperatures that you got to head out into this morning. And we're at the freezing mark there and at BWI Marshall at 32. 26 in Woodstock, 27 in Frederick, 36 in Westminster, 39 in Baltimore. So cold across the area. Grab the coat as you're heading to the bus stop today. 35 by 7 a.m. and we'll be sticking around the 30s throughout the next few hours, eventually making our way into the 40s. And then by the end of the day, as you're getting picked up from school, we're going to be in the 50s and a few spots in the low 60s towards the end of the day. Now, temperatures will fall into the 40s and 50s. Now, that is a milder start to the day tomorrow. So this evening is going to be warmer. Tomorrow's going to be warmer. We're going to have some clouds trapping in some heat and helping us to start off warm. By the afternoon, our temperatures will be a couple of degrees above the average for this time of year. So gradual warming into the end of the week. Our average high is in the upper 60s. Today, we're in the low 60s. Eventually, by Friday, we'll be in the upper 70s to low 80s. That is going to be a welcomed warm up, but enjoy it because it soon will end as temperatures will fall back into the low 60s for the weekend. That's also when we can have a chance of rain. Our next chance of rain, though, before the weekend is tomorrow. With the cloud cover, we'll also have some rain moving into the mix for the morning hours, so around 8 a.m. If you're heading out for your morning commute that time, just keep in mind there could be some scattered showers, and then towards the afternoon, there could be some pop-up showers in the area for tomorrow. Now, on Thursday, drier day, partly cloudy skies, warmer weather is in store. And then moving into Friday, we'll have another chance of the day, but it is going to be a chilly one. So make sure you are prepared for the cold weather. Grab the big coat, grab the layers as you're heading out and about, as it is significantly colder, especially compared to where we should be for this time of year. Looking at a freeze warning in effect for much of the state. The only part of the state that is not under that freeze warning is Garrett and Allegheny County because the freezing temperatures isn't going to impact the vegetation there. The growing season, many folks have started here in Central Maryland, Southern Maryland, and on the Eastern Shore. So you may have some young plants that could be impacted by these cold temperatures. So hopefully you were able to take care of them overnight because look at this. Temperatures 31 at BWI Marshall. Freezing is 32, so below freezing by a degree there. We're in the 20s in Woodstock at 27, 27 in Frederick, 29 in Bel Air, 31 in Parkton. It is just a cold start to the day. Now moving into the afternoon as let's start with drop off. If you're headed to the bus stop, make sure you grab the coat, again, the layers. But by the end of the day, you may be able to peel off a layer or two as we are going to warm up into the upper 50s to low 60s. Sunny skies throughout the day, and our temperatures will be a couple of degrees shy of where we should be for this time of year. Still in the 60s, but the low 60s instead of the upper 60s, which is where the average is. 60 degrees for Baltimore, 62 in Westminster, 62 in Frederick, and we'll have a few clouds starting to sneak into the forecast, into the skies by this evening. increasing cloud cover, becoming mostly cloudy as we move into the morning hours. It's going to be much warmer into the start of our Wednesday. We're looking at 50 for Baltimore tomorrow morning, 49 in Westminster, 47 in Frederick. That warm start will actually set us up for a warmer day. So still below the average for this time of year. Low 60s today. We'll be in the 70s, so a couple degrees above the average by Wednesday, and we get warmer and warmer from there, whereby Friday, as we close out the work week, we could be in the upper 70s to low 80s across the region. Enjoy it, because we'll fall back into the low 60s as we move towards the weekend. Here's your 7-day forecast here. We got a new series of O's game